Just because you stayed doesn't mean you were loyal. Sometimes you were scared. Wait, wait, what do you mean by that? We appraise people for sticking it out. But staying is not always a sign of strength, commitment, and love. Sometimes leaving felt more terrifying than staying. Now, for me, this showed up broadly in a restaurant I was working at. I knew I was unhappy, but I was scared to leave. I didn't know what career I wanted. I wondered about finding another job, starting over, and whether I'll still be financially stable. So I stayed. And the longer I stayed, the more I started noticing myself change. My attitude change. My work ethics change. And I started seeing little bits of pieces of my character change. Eventually, the relationship I had with that job started to feel like an abusive one. I knew it was draining me, but I was too afraid to leave. And boom, that's when it hit me. I realized I wasn't staying because I was being loyal. I was staying because I was afraid of what was going to happen next. Sometimes we stay too long because we were taught that leaving was quitting. So instead of asking, is this healthy for me? We ask, how much more can I tolerate before I actually have to leave? Loyalty and self abandonment is not the same thing. Commitment says this is difficult, but there is still something healthy worth working towards. But fear says, I know this is hurting me, but I am terrified of what happens if I let go. And one of the hardest things to learn is letting go of something that is no longer healthy for you doesn't automatically mean you're quitting. And sometimes one of the biggest signs that it's time to leave is realizing that you no longer recognizing the person you are becoming by staying. So sometimes leaving isn't the first time you choose yourself. So consider this. Think about something that you stayed longer than you should have. Were you being loyal, or were you just afraid of what leaving would mean? Remember, clarity doesn't come from easy answers, but from the courage to ask the hard questions. So stay curious, stay open, and keep looking deeper. Grace and peace to you.